There's Larry. Now totally focused, totally concentrated. Can see victory in this race that he's only ever had once before, and that time in '84, 8 long years ago, with Peter Brock. Now in charge of his own destiny, in his own car, in his own team. And does he ever want it? Punching, pushing, sparing nothing. The man who spun out of first place earlier. And either victory by either car. There you saw both of them in the picture together.
Completely
victory
sideways.
By either.
Larry's really good at hanging it out.
Well deserved. Much more organisation and budget in the lead car. 6.4 seconds the gap between the two. Now it's going Larry's way.
It is indeed. And good camera work there, because we did actually show you both of the cars there together. You'll be able to visibly see yourself how the game is being played, but to watch every corner to see whether they're going to get balked or not, because that may be the whole difference.
Look at Larry.
Sideways,
he got it going.
He's got it hanging out. His tyres are still quite crisp, so he doesn't have to hold back at all.
So steady down, Larry, steady down, because I think now you might have it under control. But the time's critical, it's 9 minutes. Paul Morris, then Larry Perkins there. None of the others matter. Wonderful stuff. Coming round on lap 130.
Again, will Larry get balked here, you see? That's the problem. Well done.
It's going to take a big car and a very stupid driver to balk Larry at this stage, because they'll get hit.
You don't think the Suzuki was the one to stop him?
No, I don't think so.
But clever driving
would have been launched.
Exactly. Clever driving by the Suzuki man, really watching his mirrors. And being congratulated.
Now, and Larry can see him, he knows it's under control. It's 5 seconds, 4.94. So there you see them again together. Same picture. First and second place in this wonderful motor race. A real beauty. A yellow flag out for down the straight. There must be something at the end there. So no overtaking Larry. He'd be out of the yellow now.
Yes, he's out of the, it's only stationary yet.
And out of third place in Group E, 10th outright at this stage. There, Peter Fitzgerald, Terry Lewis going nowhere. They won't move them now.
No.
So they've gone from third place in Group E, 10th place outright, leaving Ken Douglas, Kent Youlden, who come up now to 6th place. So as we had a Corolla last year, 5th and 6th, as you see here now, the gap first to second. But the Corollas that did so well last year have been supplanted by the Group E cars, and they are 6-cylinder ones. The V6 Holden Commodore 3.8 litre and the 4-litre Falcon, but this is the battle for the lead. The moment where the Drink Drive 500 will be led again, perhaps, by Larry Perkins in a Commodore V8.
And the audience is up, the crowd is up. It's going to be this lap.
The crowd, the fists are shaking, the arms, the people are on their feet, and the lead goes to Larry Perkins.
No.
100.
Well played, that man.
Well done, Paul Morris. 131 completed. And you know who they're barracking for. And up the back straight, it'll go the same way again. Larry will sit there, get this apex and everything right, and go for him up the back straight. And Nigel Greenway, no doubt, when he's got a moment, will tell us how many times the lead's changed and how many laps Larry Perkins has led. And here he goes again. Now this is another change of lead, so it's changed twice in the last half lap. And Larry leads over the top. Yes, came across, and this is probably the end for Paul Morris, because through here, he's unlikely to get back past and onto the straight again.
One last chance on this last wet corner. He might try down the inside. It's the only car can run down the inside, because the big cars need the big sweep to come through the corner. Let's have a look.
Larry got it covered.
Oh, right. Well
on
Larry.
The straight.
Nicely done.
Sideways, power on early, plenty of speed through the corner. And now down the straight with a clear lead, and what good racing from both these guys. Tremendous stuff. They go past an ailing Group E car, number 10, that's going slowly down the straight. Morris is down the inside again, and he leads. Fabulous it's rotor racing from Paul Morris. Well, the boy's earned his spurs. The boy has earned his spurs. That is sensational stuff. 5 minutes remaining now, and Paul Morris will not go down without a fight. Fabulous stuff. Hooking the BMW onto the back straight. And Larry Perkins having to work harder than he's ever had to work. And Howard Marsden, he'd be loving the motor race.
Absolutely. See, absolutely calm. Time to look in the mirror. He knows he's got his it covered. The BMW's enjoying it. It's a good show. Larry's the winner at this stage. But congratulations to Morris. How well he's handled that little car.
Yeah, that's great stuff. Tony Longhurst will be a very proud lead driver indeed, because he knows that Morris has given everything here. Can Morris come back again? That's the big question. No further behind than he was a lap ago.
And after such a long race, to be able to put on something that we don't often see in sprint racing in this country, good stuff.
So 3, perhaps 4 laps remaining. 5 minutes now, 4.5.
There was an odd couple of meters extra there for Larry, and I think that might be enough to hold the BMW off on this occasion into the braking area.
This is probably it. Larry Perkins, Paul Morris, 1 second. Less under brakes, but not a lot less, in fact, when you time it. I watch it's 0.3 of a second. It's not as close as it looks because of the slower speed there. But Morris is coming back again, and he's made it real now. He really has. So great stuff, because 2 drivers here are coming out absolutely covered in glory past Murray Carter. Will he launch the car off the top of the hill here? Out after Larry Perkins. See how close he is when they get down to Dandenong Road corner. Larry's led 3 times. There have been 6 lead changes in the race, and we'll find out for you from the mercurial Nigel Greenway, who writes in 16 different columns simultaneously, as well as talking to people and timing gaps. How many laps Larry's led, but it's been...
and just watching Larry's
36, I couldn't read his numbers properly. He's led 36 laps of the 133 covered so far, so 97 when he wasn't in the lead.
So the big car's just able now quietly to move out and move around the cars ahead of him.
And less gap then, 3 laps remaining, 3 minutes. 3 minutes, so that's 2.5, it could be 3 laps. Less of the gap then, it was 0.93 of a second. I wonder, Howard Marsden, as Paul Morris said, don't go past him again now, leave it till the last lap, go for a desperate.
That's the only way in which he can do it, but Larry really is quite an old chook. He's been around a long time, and he can put on a show as well as anybody else can. He's now looking after the car. He's pushed the car to get where he is now. He's looking after it, making sure he's not going to hurt it and just bring it home intelligently.
A fabulous motor race for the crowd, fabulous result for these drivers, but fabulous motor race to SBS with its commitment to this race for some years hence. So for John Davison, it has really paid off in grand style. The weather didn't help, but as it turned out, finally proved absolutely no problem at all. And coming up to complete 135 laps, there's 2 minutes remaining. This will be, I would think, the second last lap.
And in front of us, we've got the police now moving out ahead of the crowd, because I think they're going to be very excited and looking to get down to the cars when we do get a finish.
Larry's margin is more than a second. It's 1.06, so he did better that lap by just 1/10 of a second than on the previous one over Morris. And Morris through here will be giving it everything. And the last lap board has been shown. They're on their final 3.1 kilometres of Sandown.
Oh, and a gaggle of cars in front.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, which side? Where? Larry Perkins, followed by Morris. Perkins the pioneer, finding his way through, threading, pushing, forcing. But okay. Oh dear.
Larry's now just got to enter the front straight ahead of the BMW, and it's his race.
Down to where he spun, and he gets it sideways under brakes, and Morris gets close to him, but not quite close enough. But through here, Morris wants to get up onto the boot lid of the big V8. The checkered flag's being unfurled down at the finishing line, about 900 metres away. Larry Perkins leads onto the finishing straight. The last corner now. heading down the straight. The flag is ready. This is the run to the finish, and Larry Perkins will do it for only the second time in a tremendous motor racing career. The winner of the Drink Drive 500 at Sandown by 0.97 of a second over the Benson & Hedges BMW. Brilliantly driven, wonderfully fought and argued by Paul Morris on behalf of Tony Longhurst in a tremendous finish, which I'm sure Larry Perkins will be only too pleased to acknowledge. 136 laps completed into third place. The Holden Racing Team car 15 of Thomas Mazira, Brad Jones. They will be 4 laps in arrears, or will it be 3, Nigel Greenway? It will be 3. They'll complete 133, but there, a jubilant, delighted Larry Perkins, and no race driver, Howard Marsden, could ever do more to bring his own car to victory than that man's done in that car today.
Apart from anything else, he's outthought everybody. He told us before the start of the race he changed the diff ratio of the car. He went for the long run without a pit stop. He used his fuel wisely. He got a break on the rest of the cars. He had a reliable car, and he's done the job on the day. And it's not often one feels like giving a round of applause at the end of a race meeting, but I'm quite happy to lead for Larry.
Absolute beauty. Well, they're equal glory to me. Fantastic. But Larry, definitely a folk hero here now. And Kevin Waldock in third place, stopped 2 laps ago. Is shown in fourth, but will be, I think, non-classified for not crossing the finishing line. Should bring behind 15 in third place, the Holden Race Team car of Mazira and Brad Jones. Should bring 13, Bob Jones and Peter Jansen up into fourth place. 10, Group E, Ken Douglas and Kent Youlden into 5th place, and Group E number 4, Robert Ogilvie, Paul Fordham into 6th place. But let's revel with Larry Perkins in a tremendous effort, really, in driving, in engineering, in race team running. As he said to the his bank manager ages ago, who's got the better results, you or me?